And good morning, everybody. It's Dan Latto speaking. Hope you're well today. So, welcome. It's a Monday. Oh my goodness me. I'm so exhausted. I have absolutely no idea why. Cracking weekend this weekend. Obviously, we live in Spain, and it seems to be a little bit warmer, even though it's only January. We've still got a cold spell to come, because it always happens. You get kind of into February, and it's like, it's sunny again, and then suddenly February hits, and then, whoa, takes the wind right out of you because it's freezing cold. Anyway, welcome to the Marketing and Sales Show. I have to look at the top to remember what show I'm doing. Today is Monday, it's the 17th of January, and in this session we're going to talk about how to build a sales funnel. You may have heard me talk about this a little bit before in the past. This is what we do. This is part of our digital marketing agency. This is basically what we do for people, and every segment here is what we do for all of our clients at various stages and various points. And, you know, for example, sometimes we might do a lot of lead magnets, and other times we don't do that much, and we just do the traffic and so on. But generally, this is what we do. And if you're struggling with any of this, then just jump online and give us a call, book a schedule a call, a strategy session, and we'll run through it for you. But in today's session, I'm going to break down how you can build your own sales and marketing funnel. Now, what is a sales and marketing funnel? And basically, at its most absolute basic, it's just a way to go out there, get some visibility, make sure that people know you exist, and then offer them something for free or something low value to get into a conversation with them. That's pretty much it at its most basic level. And one of the mistakes that I see people make on a regular basis is that they're going out there and first of all they're quoting memes and cats and that kind of thing. And that probably had its place 5 years ago, but it's not really got its place now. Like, every so often running motivational things, that's fine, you know, as long as you intersperse it. I do it myself, we intersperse it amongst all the other stuff. But people want to know, like, you know, okay, think of an example. If I want to do weight loss, for example, I want to know who can help me get that result. And that's what you should be demonstrating, is the results that you can help get people, and what products and services you have that will enable them to get the result, whatever that result happens to be for them. And really, that's what a sales and marketing funnel really is. There's all sorts of bells and whistles that you can add on to that. For example, you can add on Facebook ads. That will come up into the traffic aspect, where you're sending traffic to the lead magnet and the landing pages and your website. But what tends to happen is people start with Facebook ads with no idea really about where they're running the Facebook ads. And so they'll run a Facebook ad and they'll run it to the homepage, and then wonder why they've spent a load of money on Facebook ads or Google and they've got zero return. And it's because they've got a lack of a landing page or a sales funnel. There has to be a step-by-step process to lead your customer through to get them to the end result, which is hopefully buy something from you. But like we say, we see it all the time, people promoting a £5,000 product, like straight off a Facebook ad to people who've never heard about them, and then they wonder why that kind of thing doesn't work. And so we say, if you're running Facebook ads or paid advertising, that's really targeted at people who don't know who you are, they've never heard from you. Whereas organic content is really for people who already know who you are. They just got to get reminded, or you might have a new product that you can introduce. You just got to keep in front of those people to the point where they need your products and services, which is where they're then going to start buying from you. So that's the separation between paid for advertising and organic advertising. And actually, you know what? If you're first starting up a sales and marketing funnel, just go with organic marketing. Right, this kind of depends on how many people you've got as followers. If you've got 124 people following you or friends on Facebook, no amount of organic marketing is really going to help that, because your reach is so small. Whereas you've got 2,000, 3,000 people on your Facebook friends list, you know, there's people in there that will want to buy your product. And if you can't sell your product to those 2,000 or 3,000 people, I would question, can you sell your product cold to a different marketplace anyway? Has the product actually got legs? Can it sell? Some people come to us and they go, I've got this new product, and we're like, okay, how many have you sold? And it's like, well, we haven't sold any. I'm like, is this concept proven? Because sometimes it's an unproven concept, and they say, oh no, it's this unique product, there's nothing like it in the marketplace. And usually I'm like, there's a reason why there's nothing like it in the marketplace. It's because it doesn't sell. And so obviously they then go, oh no, it definitely will sell, definitely will, and then it never does, and I spend a load of money on it, and then they wasted all this money. Anyway, but this is why we want to push out organic marketing before we actually turn to Facebook ads. I'm not saying you don't run Facebook ads and Google ads and LinkedIn and Twitter. We've run all of those, and keyword searches on YouTube, where you do a keyword search for plumbers in Leeds, let's just say, and then you go onto YouTube because you want to look at YouTube, and there's an advert for plumbers in Leeds. We've run adverts like that as well, and that can work. But before you even get to that point of running adverts and spending a lot of money on adverts, you want to be having and building an organic presence. And so one of the reasons why you want an organic presence is that, for example, if you're going to use me as a product or service that we have, and you're going to use our products and services, one of the first things that you're going to go do is you're going to go check out our what are you going to check out? Our Facebook page, our Twitter, our LinkedIn. You're going to check my Facebook group. You're going to go on the website, and you're going to check us out. Now, if there's zero content on my Facebook page, you'll be like, you're a bit untrustworthy, because there's not enough content out there. This is one of the problems that people do. They start off creating a ton of content, and they get fed up and bored after 2 weeks because it's hard work, right? Which it is. It's hard work. And then they have no content for months. And then they have a customer who finally lands on their Facebook page and then goes, oh, hang on a minute, you've got no content. Like, is this guy still in business? And they go off and use somebody else who has got that content. So this is one of the reasons why you really want to be starting off on organic content, not just for keeping in front of people on a regular basis, but those people who do actually land on your Facebook pages and your website, they can see that you've got regular content going out and that you're still in business and so on. Look, we've done this before. When I'm looking for a product or service, I look and see what else have they done. It's just part of human nature. It's just the way that we search for things in 2022. And the rest of this decade will be like that as well. This is why things like getting testimonials and reviews and 5-star Google reviews, all of that stuff is really important as well. Anyway, let's talk about the first section on building a sales funnel, which of course is a lead magnet. So a lead magnet is basically where you've got something that you're going to give away free of charge. So I'll give you an example of lead magnets we've done for ourselves and that we've done for other people. So one of them that we've done for ourselves is everything you wanted to know about Facebook ads. It's a free, 16-page guide. I don't know how many pages it is. And it basically details actually how to run a Facebook ad from start to finish. We don't hold back. Everything's in there. But running Facebook ads is bloody complicated. And so we know that people will download it. Most people won't even read it. They kind of want to do Facebook ads, but they really can't be bothered learning how to do it. And even if they did learn how to do it, they'd get it wrong because they haven't got the experience. And so that's a lead magnet that we give away, really just to get into a conversation. Another one is, let's say, one of our old clients now. They ran a training course with an upsell. So the training course was free of charge, just a short, like 5 or 6 videos, few minutes per video, like 20 minutes worth of content. But we'd run the Facebook ads, send them to a landing page, and the lead magnet is the freebie. It's just this like 5 or 6 training videos, each one 2 or 3 minutes long, and it's designed to build credibility, to add value, to demonstrate expertise, and that's one of the things that you want your lead magnets to be able to do. It's not just about you generating a name and email address, because you could say, download this amazing thing, okay, and then they download it and it's not so amazing. And then actually you've just ruined any credibility that you've actually had. And so building trust and credibility is very, very important as an aspect of you creating your lead magnets. Now, you can get really, really fancy on lead magnets. Russell Brunson, for example, does the book sale lead magnet, which is where he's written a book. And then you pay, the book is free, but you pay £6 for delivery, so kind of not free. But the book is free, you're just paying for delivery, right? He basically breaks even on that. And so that's a really nice lead magnet. It's not kind of free, but it kind of is. But it takes an awful lot of time to write a bloody book. Like, if you've ever tried that, it takes just ages, right? So, like, if you've got a book, awesome, let's run with that. But if you haven't got that book, then you want to create something else that's really easy to create. One of the reasons why we love but pre-recorded training, which is just, a person speaking to camera like this, is that you can get your phone. I don't know where my phone is, but you can grab a camera. Let me grab this camera here. So you can grab a camera, and then you can press record, and you can come out with a 10-minute video or four-minute videos or whatever. It's really easy to actually create a lead magnet just using video, and we've actually got a training course on how to do that. It's 27 quid. It's called Rapid Course Creation. It gets you from zero to income in 14 days or less. That's the whole point of doing it, and that shows you exactly how to create these training courses. And it's really easy to create, and so because it's easy to create, you can create like 3 or 4 different ones and have 3 or 4 different lead magnets and push out 3 or 4 different lead magnets, add value, build credibility, build trust, and so on, and educate your potential customers whilst you're getting a name and an email address. And so that's one type of lead magnet. Another type of lead magnet would be like the Facebook guide that we talked about, which is basically a PDF. And so people put in their name, their email address, and their phone number, and then they get a .pdf. Now, they also get a follow-up. So like a couple of days after that, and I actually do this manually, but they actually get 4 email sequences anyway, but they also get a manual follow-up, but we'll talk about follow-ups a little bit later on. The money is in the follow-up, folks, just so you know. Nobody comes to you and says, oh, download that lead magnet, they download a lead magnet, and then have a $5,000 upsell. It just, like, sometimes it might happen, but it's so rare for something like that to happen. Like, people, they go on these weekend training courses, or they read a Russell Brunson book, or who's the other guy, Frank Kern, and then they go, oh, well, I'll just do this, and out of the bottom of the machine, money just drops out. And it's like, no, that's, it's 2022. That might have happened in 2015. It doesn't happen in 2022. There's a whole process that you've got to follow. Actually, closing clients is really goddamn hard. It's just, I don't know why people think, I just do this and I just do that and I just do this and bang, 100 clients a week. It's like, no, it just doesn't work like that. It takes a lot of work, a lot of following up, a lot of trust, a lot of credibility, a lot of consistency, a lot of authenticity, and so on. And then, eventually, you get a sale. That's just the way it goes. And if you this is why most people's marketing fails, because they give up way too early. And they start it off. And what's nice is that something like this, you get some easy wins, by the way, which is really cool. You get people filling in the thing, and that gets really exciting when they've filled in a form on a landing page, and they've now got a lead magnet. But what's really funny as well, sometimes you follow up and go, what are you talking about? I didn't fill that in. I'm like, well, you did. I don't know what you're talking about. We've had this on Facebook ads. They've literally filled in a form on Facebook. Or even not on Facebook. They've clicked the link on Facebook. They've gone to a landing page to download something, and you follow them up, and you go, oh yeah, I'm just following up on the download. We go, no, I didn't do anything. Stop contacting me. You're harassing me. And you're like, but you just filled the form in. I don't know how to say this nicely, but the intelligence of some people filling in these forms is questionable. Is the nicest way I can put it, basically. But that's lead magnets. You should have a couple of them for your business, and if you've not got them, one of the first things you should be working on is creating lead magnets. But unfortunately, again, most people don't know what should go into the lead magnet. I mean, when I used to coach, and I still do a bit of business coaching, to be honest, because I quite enjoy it, really. When we used to have business coaching clients, we used to have a lot of clients. We used to do 100 grand a year doing just coaching. But one of them would say, oh, you mean like a price list? I'm like, no, that's not a lead magnet. There's no value. There's no education. There's no credibility building. There's no authenticity. And so that's some of the aspects that you need to have inside of your lead magnet. So now you've got your lead magnet. Let's move on to landing pages. So a landing page then is basically a single page. They used to be called squeeze pages, okay? And basically there's just one thing to do on a landing page. And the best landing pages, they can't go anywhere else. There's no menu at the top. It's not saying 18 different things. Do this, or what about this, or what about this other thing? Hey, what about this other thing? Oh, and we do this amazing thing. None of that. It's got, let's use the Facebook ads guide that we provide. So it's got just a landing page, it's got a headline, it's got a picture of the PDF, and it says, download our free Facebook ads guide, or thinking about running Facebook ads, download our free guide. And that's it. Literally, that's it. And what we find is the more information that you put on these landing pages, the less good they are. I don't know what the words are. The less efficient are the landing pages. The less you have on a landing page, the better it actually is. Now, the other thing to point out here is that the less you have on a landing page, the less credible are the people filling in the data. So the less relevant they are. So it's got to be a balance between too much information and just the right level of information versus everybody and anybody just signing up for this lead magnet. So I'll give you an example. Let's say your headline says, learn how to make money this week. Or that's a terrible headline, by the way. Learn how to make £567.23 this week in the next 5 days, right? That's a great headline. Learn how to make £526.75 in the next 5 days. Brilliant headline. So if that's the headline, you're going to get everybody and anybody putting in their name and email address into that, okay? But let's say that this was through Forex trading, okay? Now you've put through Forex trading, people landing on that landing page go, oh, I don't want to do Forex trading. So you're going to get less people filling it in, right? Which is bad. But actually, it's good because the people who are filling it in are people who actually want to do Forex trading. And so there has to be this standoff between being too vague and getting potential leads that are just not relevant. And you might say, well, I don't care, Dan, I just want every lead going. And you might want to do that. It goes into your database, but then your open rates on your database are going to be lower. And so your deliverability is going to be lower and so on and so forth. So ideally, you've got to find this balance. You can't just have everybody signing up for a lead magnet. And those people go, will writers are really good at this. Well, everybody needs a will, so everybody's my client. And they're like, no, everybody's not your client. Like, you might run Greggs, but not everybody shops at Greggs, buys stuff at Greggs for bakers, right? Not everybody is your client. And you don't want an email addresses of everybody in the world, because what good is that? You're just spamming people then. That's no good at all. So your lead magnet and your landing page has to be relevant for the target audience. And so that's really key. We've seen some pretty dreadful landing pages, by the way. Now, I should also add that dreadful landing pages can also convert. So, when we used to drop leaflets for the, buying houses below market value, we dropped like 50,000 a month at one point, huge amount. We had two types of leaflet. We'd have a very glossy, shiny leaflet, and then we'd have another leaflet that was handwritten, and we spelled the word mortgage wrong and have crossings out, and it was handwritten, and it looked really crap, right? And often the crappy one would outperform a shiny corporate-y one. I have no idea why, but it's the same with landing pages. When we say we've seen some crappy landing pages, we just know that some stuff will convert and some stuff won't. But also, some stuff takes us by surprise. So we don't know everything, and nobody knows everything. And the fact that a landing page works first time often is a bit of a miracle because it needs testing. And again, this is what most people don't do. They don't test their landing pages. We call this an A/B split test. Is this one better with a picture of me on it, or is it better without me? And invariably, the ones without my picture on, they might work better. Or maybe they do work better. Like, who the hell knows? Nobody knows. The only people that know are the people that run a split test. One with my picture on it, one without my picture on it, one with a different headline, one with a clickbait headline, one with the word guarantee. I'll give you another example. When we were running ads for I ran a furniture packages company a long time ago in a past life, like 12 years ago, I think we sold that business. But we ran a furniture packages business, and we were running Google ads, and it said, the first Google ad said, rent your property quickly with one of our furniture packages. And then the next advert says, guaranteed, what did it say? Yeah, it said guaranteed to rent your property faster. And I was a little bit unsure about using that second headline, but the second headline worked better because of the word guarantee. And then we swapped it again. We put guarantee, full stop, rent your property faster. So the two were guaranteed to rent your property faster, guaranteed, full stop, rent your property faster. And the full stop after the word guaranteed actually converted twice as much as the other one. Like, who would have guessed that a full stop would have done that as a difference in the conversion rates? Like, not me. And so this is one of the things that you've really got to be aware of is that you don't know everything. I don't know everything. I think I do, but we don't. Nobody knows what's going to work and what's not going to work. It's down to you to start split testing all of these different landing pages with different headlines and different images and different colours and different text in different order, and it's a pain in the backside, okay? But it's got to be done if you want to get your optimal results from landing pages and all of that kind of thing. Okay, let's talk about thank you pages and upsells, downsells, and one-time offers. OTO stands for one-time offer, by the way. So they've landed on your landing page. You've got a lead magnet that's already created. They've put in their name and email address, okay? And then once that happens, they should then be taken to a thank you page. Now, there's a couple of things you want on this thank you page. The first thing that you want on this thank you page is a Facebook pixel. And you should have one on your landing page and one on your thank you page. A Facebook pixel will tell you this vital bit of information, okay? If you don't know how to do this, you should be speaking to us. We do it just as standard as what we do. Your landing page will have a Facebook pixel, and it will tell Facebook that this person has landed on this landing page, and we can retarget those people and send them more adverts, okay? If we've got a Facebook pixel on the thank you page, that will tell people that they went from the landing page, filled in the form to get to the thank you page. Because the only way you get to a thank you page is by filling in this form, okay? What that then does is we can then run adverts for everybody who landed on the landing page and got the thank you page, or even actually just the thank you page. Anybody who landed on a thank you page, let's send them another advert for a £200 upsell or a £5,000 upsell. Or for the next part in the sales ladder of a sales sequence or of a funnel or whatever that happens to be. Now we're moving people onto a potential upsell away from the landing page. They've left the landing page, they're getting in the car, they're going to work, they come home, they go on Facebook again. Now they're being presented with other adverts for upselling because they've landed on the thank you page. So the Facebook pixel is absolutely vital in terms of you building traffic and building a database of potential people that you can market to. Now, I say a database, you never know who these people are, it's all private, but anybody who's landed on a thank you page has actually filled in your form, they've expressed an interest, and now you can send them a specific advert on Google for an upsell. So that's the first type of upsell, and it's all based around the Facebook pixel. The next type, and there's no particular order to these, by the way, the next type of upsell should be, so they go on a landing page, they fill in a form, they're now on a thank you page. So you can do a couple of things on that thank you page. First of all, thank you for filling in the form. Please check your email. You'll find the download, access to the download in your email. You want them to do that because you want them to go over to open an email. And if they can't find it, they know to go check their spam folder. What that does is when they go to the spam folder and then click the download that you've just given them, it potentially moves it out of the spam folder. It means next time you send them an email, it won't go into spam because they've opened a thing inside the spam. And also, people might go report not as spam. So it actually moves the email back into their normal inbox. That's why you want people to download whatever the freebie is via the email. You could actually have the download on the thank you page, but we'd recommend you don't do that because we want to get people to open their emails that we've just sent them because it opens up better deliverability rates. Like, we think that's fairly obvious, but I think about it, why would anybody else understand any of that, right? So what else do you want on that thank you page? So thank you for opting in. Your download is on your email. Next, would you like a thing for £10 or £20? That's one upsell. So like a downsell is, they might go no, and it takes them to another landing page. So you might say, do you want a coaching session for £97? Right, that's an upsell. For downsell, on the next page, if they put no, I don't want that, you might go, that's fine. Do you want these 5 pre-templated leaflets for you to use in your business? It's £9. That's a downsell because it's less than the £97. So that's a downsell. You might get a couple of people doing that. Like the whole point of marketing is, or the best way to run marketing is that if you can get someone to actually give you some money, you can use that money into your next bit of marketing and so on. So you end up with this circle of people giving you money and that money going back into more and more marketing. You can spend a lot more on marketing if you're getting to that stage. The person who can spend the most on marketing generally wins. And if you can find a way of getting an upsell, even if the The download is not a free download. It might be a £9.99 product. Okay, so like a book, like the example Russell Brunson uses, but it might be a £9.99 training product. If you can get people paying 10 quid for signing up, you can use that 10 quid on getting more Facebook adverts out, and those people then sign up and pay the £10. So you're on this vicious, not vicious circle, an enlightened circle where you can just spend as much money as you want because you've got all this money coming back in. So you've got your Thankyou page, you've got your Upsell, you might have a Downsell. Now, one of the things I really, really hate is that you buy a product, it looks amazing, so you buy it, and then it says on the Thankyou page, now you've bought that, you need this to make this work. And it drives me absolutely insane. So definitely don't do that. Like, you can have page after page after page, but if you get 4 or 5 pages of thank you sequences, it's like you're just going to piss off these potential customers. We don't want to do that. You know, the whole point of this is to build trust and credibility. So make the thing easy to do business with you. Make it really worth their while to do business with you. Don't take the piss on trying to upsell them 18 different items. Like, make it really easy. Have a thank you page. Maybe have one upsell. Maybe have one downsell. Maybe even, like we do this on mine, we have a thank you page. Thanks for downloading the thing. Go check your email. Go download it from there. In the meantime, why not come and join our Facebook group? And we get people joining the Facebook group. Some people do, some people don't. The reason why I want the people in the Facebook group is so that when I go live, like we're doing now, people in the various Facebook groups, they'll get to see the content. Now we're building trust and credibility and authenticity and consistency of being in front of people. And so we're actually in it for the longer game. We're not in it for just the short game of making a sale today because we need the money. We're way past that. We're into 12 months down the line. That's where we're looking to make the sales. We're not looking to make sales today. If we do make sales today, which actually does happen, of course, as part of that, wonderful, awesome. Just increases our revenues. Means we can add more value to existing clients as we add more services and include them in the fees that they pay. But also, we're not fussed about that. If people come on board 12 months, 24 months, 36 months down the line, then awesome. That works really well for us. Okay, so that's thank you pages, one-time offers, upsells, and downsells. Next 2 items then, traffic and follow-up. Let's cover these separately. So, you've now got your lead magnet, and people get access to your lead magnet via the landing page. The thing that's missing is traffic. Without, we build websites for people, and people think they build it, and people will just turn up and land on a website. And it's like, that's not how it works. It's like buying a Ferrari and, putting a cover on it and then locking it in a garage inside your house and putting big fences around it, and it's within a big warehouse. No one can see it, right? It doesn't exist. That's pretty much most people's websites. You got to actually drive traffic to your website. And if you've got a landing page, you got to drive traffic to the landing page. Now, as we said before, there's 2 types of traffic. There's paid for traffic and there's organic traffic. Now, to begin with, you want to be sending organic traffic to the landing pages, not paid for advertising. Depends how desperate you are and how quick you are that you need to actually make a return on investment. But one of the really good things about sending organic traffic is that you can test different landing pages and it doesn't cost you a penny. Now, you would get faster results, like you would know which landing pages work better if you actually paid for Facebook ads and you drove it to 5 different landing pages, all with different images and different headlines. It's the same download, but you're just testing which landing page is going to work better. But if you're a little bit tight and you just want to, run through this at a slower pace, then you can just send organic traffic. Now, we believe that you should be sending organic traffic for just a month. And then after the first month, then you might want to look at Facebook ads, because now you've got a little bit of data that you can actually work with, which is a better landing page and so on. And then you can run some Facebook ads. And even when you start running Facebook ads, you're not doing £100 a day. That's £3,000 a month. Just run £5 a day. And we can help you set all of that up. But you've got to start driving traffic to the landing page. And unfortunately, most people, they don't drive any traffic. And the traffic that they do drive, they end up sending it just to the bloody homepage. And so I remember doing some research on solicitors in Leeds, and they were running Facebook ads for various keywords. Sorry, they were running Google ads for various keywords. So divorce lawyer leads, family law leads, property conveyancer leads. and we were running tests to see where people were driving that advert to. And I'd say 99% of people were literally just driving all traffic to their homepage, which is crazy. They should have a landing page. Are you going through family separation? Do you need download our top 5 tips to deal with this? Right? Are you buying a property? 3 things you must know before you hire your next solicitor, your conveyancer. Like, if you had that and on a landing page, those people would download it and then we get a follow-up call. Hey, Bob, I noticed you downloaded that. Are you completing on a house? Do you want to pop into the office, have a coffee? Like, that's it. That's as simple as it gets. That's a wonderful way of doing it. That's what you should be doing. You should be driving traffic through to the landing pages. Most people don't do it. They just drive it to the homepage and they go, oh, well, if people want it, people will want it. It's like, that's not how it works. I wish it was how it worked, but it's not how it works. You've got to drive specific traffic to a specific landing page. Give you an example. When we do our everything you want to know about Facebook ads, our free guide, when we post out specific content on social media, it says, download our free guide, everything you want to know about Facebook ads. It's got an image and it's got a link. So then if you want to run Facebook ads, guess what people do? They click the link, they land on the landing page. The landing page also says, download our free guide, everything you want to know about Facebook ads. So they've come from a bit of social media that says just that. They land on a landing page that says just that. They know why they're clicking. We know why they're clicking because they're interested in Facebook ads. So when they fill in the form, they go to our thank you page, and the thank you page that we have actually, it says thank you. It says now book a strategy call, and then below that it says now come and join our Facebook group. So hopefully they book a strategy call, which is the whole point. But if not, they're going to the Facebook group. But everybody knows why they clicked that link. It's not a surprise later on further down the line. We don't send them to the homepage. They want the Facebook ads guide. They get the Facebook ads guide. Then they get an opportunity to talk about Facebook ads. Everybody knows what that is. So the traffic that you're sending to the relevant landing page has to be relevant. I'll say that again. Relevant traffic to a relevant landing page with a relevant download. There's no point in me sending someone who's interested about Facebook ads to a landing page that talks about Google ads, right? That's a different thing entirely. I know it's advertising and it's paid for advertising, but it's a different thing, okay? So you've got to make sure that whatever traffic you're creating is relevant for the landing page, which is relevant for the download, and so on and so forth. So you want to be running organic traffic to begin with for like the first month, and then maybe you want to run some Facebook ads, but it depends on what the product is. You might want to go straight to Facebook ads because you want to get this done as fast as you can. One of the beauties of Facebook ads is that you sign up, and as long as everything's in place, which invariably it never is, by the way, the landing page is in place, your lead magnet is in place, you can make a decision today to run some Facebook ads. If you're coming through us with some things that we need to do to get you set up, to authorize the domain name, to connect up the Facebook ads, sort the pixel out, so it takes a few days, right? But generally, the turnaround on that, as soon as you start running Facebook ads, you can start generating leads like literally within a few days once all the gubbins have been sorted out to actually set this up. So one of the beauties of Facebook and Google and YouTube and Twitter and LinkedIn advertising is that it's really fast to get a result. It might not be the right result, but it's a result. And if it's not the right result, something's not working somewhere. Is it the advert? Is it the landing page? Is it the lead magnet? Is it the follow-up? And so you can deep dive into each of those items and begin to improve each one of those. Let's talk about follow-up as well. So we talked about traffic and how useful it is to send relevant traffic to the relevant landing pages. But also, one of the other aspects here, and we kind of talked about it a little bit before, is the follow-up is probably one of the most important aspects here. And as we say, we're not necessarily looking for clients today, but we're looking for clients 12 months, 18 months, maybe 6 months, 3 months down the line. People who are just investigating where they want to go, who they want to use. We don't mind if people go, Dan, we want to sign up today. Brilliant. Actually, Dan, we're just going to do our research, then we're going to come back to you in 3 weeks. Wonderful. Not a problem. Dan, we're going to come back to you in 6 months. That's when we think we're going to do it. We've got all this stuff over here we want to get done, and then we want to run Facebook ads. Brilliant. That's why we do it. But if they say we're going to come back in 6 months, do you think we're going to put a follow-up email in? in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months? Of course we are. And actually, the way that we set this up is we actually have it depends actually. When a client signs up, we usually give them 4 email follow-up sequences, which is basically someone who's gone on a landing page and downloaded the lead magnet, they now get an email. And then a couple of weeks later, they'll get another email. And a couple of weeks later, they'll get another email. And usually we give 4. So when we do this for people, we've got a product that's just creating funnels and landing pages and the whole email sequence and the lead magnets for people. And then we've got a product where it's websites, and that's included on the website as well. But invariably, we want to include some follow-up sequences because, we want the client to get a result. Now, there's 2 types of follow-up. There's automated and there's non-automated. Obviously, you want some automated follow-ups because you want to remind people that you still exist. But also, I sent a couple out yesterday, people who've interacted with our content in some way on email. I use ActiveCampaign, and in the top right-hand side, it tells me people who've clicked the link or people who've subscribed. And invariably, I will just drop them a message. Hey, Bob, it's Dan. I noticed you looked at the website page. Is that something you want to jump on a call with? And they might go, yeah, in a week. And I go, okay, let's schedule a call in a week then. Now we're getting calls scheduled. And so you've got to be following up because we know that most sales come from a follow-up. Like, is it 60 or 70% of sales come from the 8th or 9th follow-up? Notice I didn't say 100% of the sales. Some sales don't come until the 28th follow-up. So the question is, what's your 28th follow-up? Well, I don't send emails for that long, Dan. Well, that's why you're not successful in sales. You've got to be following up. One of the guys I love, to some extent, one of the guys that does it really well is obviously Grant Cardone. Constant following up. He does like 40 million a year in sales on his sales training. Do you have any idea how difficult that is to sell sales training and 40 million pounds worth? They all high commission, highly motivated people who are hitting the phones and following up. Now, I'm not saying, by the way, that you should be hitting the phones and following up that way, but it is a solution. But you should definitely be following up using email. You should be following up using content. You should be following up using lives like this one that we're running. You should be following up. The sales are in the follow-up. I can't say this in any other way to make it more clearer. And actually, in my business, we're pretty dreadful at following up as well, by the way. And it's one thing, in 2022, we've got a whole list of things here. Where are we? We've got a whole list of things that we want to improve upon. Where is it? I'm just trying to find it. I can't find it. There it is. So, we've got like sales and marketing, social media marketing, keeping your pipeline full, time management, relentless follow-up, handling rejection, what else? Negotiating and closing deals. These are the things that we're really focused on and we're going to drill down to for my own business this year. But the follow-up is absolutely key. But you can't follow up unless you've got somebody to follow up. And that is why you should have a sales funnel in the first place. And that brings us to the end of this one. Look, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you get enough out of that. I hope you're going to fill in the form down below. Come and speak to us. Book in a strategy call. If you want hand building up your sales and marketing funnels, we're here to help you. Got a lot of experience in doing it, as you can tell from the last 40 minutes or however long we've been going. But look, have yourselves a wicked week. We'll speak to you later on. My name's Dan Latto. Take care.